Can you can, I'm ready, Halen. It's TD presents. If there's a player, oh. I was doing, yeah, I used to watch Vic, and I remember that one. If you're on Froggy and you want to leap. I'm ready. Oh, they said you're not starting it. I'm like, I'm ready. I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him for and mama make it. Chris. Did you see the,
Well, you better win.
Do you see that one catch the Bears player had? I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Where like was really
I watched the game.
I'm not, oh, I don't know. I was
Dumbass.
I was gonna like say that's pretty good catch. You know, I was just like making
It
sure
was,
you didn't.
yeah.
'Cause it was like towards the end of the game, so I thought maybe you didn't watch it. Then.
I know. I watched.
Yeah, I know that now, but I thought. Wait, do the Bears and Broncos play this year? I know like they have before. But did they play this year? Never mind. Patterson. Wait, really? They actually did?
With the Chicago Bears.
No! Dang it. Hey, now that I look at these socks, I don't know how I feel about them in Madden. I thought they were gonna be like what they were like there, like where they're Actually, no, these are cool. Never mind. I like them.
There's the first carry for Tariq Cohen.
Jesus.
Upended at the 33 following
And are you watching?
Yeah.
Actually, I do like
But
these.
to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Wait, are these your guys' actual teams?
What the?
Or just the Bears
Yeah,
versus
these are actual.
Broncos?
These are actual. Oh yeah, yeah.
Second down pass
Oh, so Will's gonna win.
I don't know. Our offense isn't the best. In Madden.
Trubisky. He can run for it, and he will. And avoids the contact by sliding. Maybe not exactly.
Will, you should pause your thing and turn off voices for the live stream.
Let me finish this play. I can't pause.
39 now. They'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Gabriel out on the left side. And he takes this in the red zone all the way inside Denver's 15.
Yeah, I gotta pause. Don't like resume it. I was the count. That'd be a timer. Audio sharing settings.
Play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. An 11-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 23. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. He's got it, the tight end Jeff Heuerman. Yards on the pickup. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Flacco. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Good job. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there, first down. First and 10 here for Flacco. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. That sack by Khalil Mack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Yellow. Let's go deep, tight.
Third and long for Joe Flacco. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bears take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skilled players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ty Davis. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Well, Charles, while we have a moment, what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at the top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those 4. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right. And Ed had a ball up there.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Rolling the dice on 4th, Flacco. He's going to air one out. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Trubisky escaping the pressure right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Flacco. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. Steps away. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete. Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Ha-Ha Clinton Dix with a pick. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bilal Nichols able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Third down, Flacco from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one.
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Looking deep for Gabriel. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Trubisky will throw. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. The sack by Todd Davis. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Looking deep for Gabriel. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
And how about this, a fake? And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Pass complete here to Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Flacco from the gun. Flush to his right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Flacco on the move to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Flushed out right. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.